Hola, 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 ¿cómo están? Bienvenidos, bienvenidos todos los que nos están viendo y los que están aquí presentes. ¿Cómo están? Qué emocionados se ven. ¿Cómo están?
Bien.
Muy bien, muy bien. Bienvenidos a Relentless, ¿verdad? La clase. Hoy estamos en nuestra cuarta parte de la serie que se llama Family Matters. A ver, digan conmigo, Family Matters.
Family matters.
Los que están conectados en el chat pueden ponerle ahí Family Matters, ¿verdad? Hoy la cuarta parte y vamos a repasar y voy a estar regalando taquis. ¿Quién quiere taquis? Ok, en la clase número 1 hablamos de Beautiful Mess. ¿De qué se trató? What was Beautiful Mess about? Who can tell me that? It was 2 points, 2 main points.
I know it.
Beautiful Mess, what it means? What was the point?
We have maybe our family looks like it's all like bleh, but like
No, pues sí, chido, ¿verdad? That our family are not perfect. It's not perfect, but God is, right? And the other point was, don't forget who the real enemy is, right?
I don't know.
Surviving the Hunger Games. Hello, welcome. People keep coming. We are a recap of the series Family Matter. We talked about the first week, Beautiful Mess. And the second week was surviving the Hunger Games. Do you remember what was the point of surviving the Hunger Games?
Not dying.
Not dying? But what it means?
I don't think she was here.
Huh?
I don't think she was here for that class. Oh yeah,
Did
I
you
wasn't
work?
here last week. I forgot.
It was 2 weeks ago.
She
I
wasn't
was
here too. I
recording
wasn't here
this last
either.
week. I was recording this.
If you're there, you can type it. What was the points of surviving the Hunger Games? Remember that we talked about family or sometimes the environment of the family in the house? Give me like a battlefield, right? That you get there and there's yelling, sometimes cussing, abuse, screaming, argues, right? So sometimes we feel like surviving the Hunger Games, right? So we talk about, don't forget who the real enemy is. That's the Hunger Games, right? And that the third week it was live free or die trying, right? Do you remember what it was about? What?
It was about what did I say? Okay, so it was about live free or try.
Or
What?
die trying.
Die trying because I forgot.
You forgot.
I forgot.
The meaning of freedom, right? What it means to be free. Remember that we talk about sometimes we have a twist idea of what it means to be free. That just because I can say whatever I want, I can do whatever I want, we do it, right? And we don't care that we hurt our family members. And that's not right. We talk about freedom is actually freedom from sin, right? God showed us a way of living, and when we live in God's way, God's path, that's living in freedom. When we live in our own idea or twist idea of freedom, doing whatever we want, don't caring about our family members, that's actually slavery, remember? Yes, no? And today we're going to talk about army of blank. It's the blank is according to the family members in your family. So how many family members do you have in your family? 4.
Yeah, 4. Yeah, 4.
You sure?
Counting you.
Yeah, counting you. 5.
See. 4.
4.
5.
5. Okay. So and mine's 4 as well. How many family members do you have, George?
3.
3, right? So we have family army of your family member number, right? We talk about family eats or army, right? Today we're gonna learn about that. Family, it should be the people that we can count with, that we can be there for them and they can be there for us. We talked already that we all have issues. They will come with different backgrounds, that we have coming with different issues, bring into all those people's issues. That's why we became like a bond, right? Because we focus on the wrong things, on the wrong, to the wrong people. So we talk about who the real enemy is. So who's our real enemy?
Double.
The devil, right? And he have an army, right? Who or what is his army? demons, right? But how more specific? How the devil and his army attack you and your family? Spiritually. How?
Open doors.
Opening doors, right? That's how you give them legal authority over, so they can attack you emotionally, spiritually, right? Mentally, right? But give me some examples. How many of you have felt sad, depressed, angry, anxious, bitter, I don't say angry, hateful? Have you felt those feelings before? No? Yes? No? I have. Have you, George? Huh? Have you felt those feelings before? Yes, sure, no. Have you? I don't know who's there is connected. George can let us know when someone connects, so we know who is connected with us. So that's how the devil attacks, right? He's an expert to manipulate, to twist your thoughts and your feelings, and your family's thoughts and feelings, thinking that it's your fault, or maybe you feel it's your fault, right? To feel guilt, to feel ashamed, to feel less, you know? So I want you to say with me, better together. Everybody, better together, stronger together. That's what God meant for a family, to be an army, to be together, to be strong together. I was telling you a story before in the first class, a personal story. It's very delicate, so I'm going to ask you to be prudent and wise about what I'm going to say. My family, the side of my mom's family, they always been rejecting us since we were Christians. So there was a gossip came out attacking us, especially my mom, my dad, my brother, and me, and more specifically towards my dad. But it was like a really, really hardcore like gossip, those ones that can destroy your family even legally. And when I got home, I saw my dad like in shock. And when I saw my mom, like she was crying. So I got home and I saw them and I was like, oh, you had that feeling something really bad happened, right? And then I'm like, what happened? And then my mom started telling me crying. They're saying this, they're doing this, da 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 da. And then I was about to fall into my knees to cry with my mom and my dad. And in that moment, I heard God's voice inside of me. That He told me, it's not time to cry, it's time to fight. So I stand up and I say, you know what, Mom? Stop. Quiet, woman. I just kidding. I didn't slap her. I was like, quiet, Mom. Like, I don't care what they're saying. It's not true. Let's stand together. Let's pray. Let's intervene. Let's intercede to put this in God's hand, right? So we start praying and worshiping God and proclaiming His protection, proclaiming His truth, proclaiming His justice, you know, in our family, in our lives. And we went to sleep like at 3 a.m. It was super late, but we felt empowered. You know, we felt God is with us. He gave you a word that He will quiet all words or gossip. So that's what I'm talking about here. Better together, stronger together. God meant for a family to be united, right? Remember what Mark 3:25 says? You just read it.
Oh, a house divided upon itself will not stand.
Exactly, right? In another translation, it says, when a family is divided, it cannot stand, right? So we need to be united. We need to be strong together, you know? And I know that all our families are different. We all have different backgrounds, different situations. But remember that, like we talked on surviving the Hunger Games, doing our part will change everything. Will change the environment and will change how you relate and communicate with your family member. So, Ecclesiastes, that's how to say it, right? 4, 9, and 12. Ecclesiastes, en español. It says that it's better two people together than just one alone. Because if it's two people and one fall, the other one will help and stand up, right? It says that if one has cold, the other one can warm that person, right? But it says, pity that the one that is alone, because if he falls, who will help him to stand up? Because if someone is cold, who will give him warmth, you know? So, and he's not talking about partners like boyfriend or girlfriend or husband or wife. It's talking about friend, about people, about family, you know? And like I was saying before in the other class, we might have a blood army, right? That is your immediate family members. But the family grows, right? Now you have more people adding to your army, adding to your family, that you need to stand together as well. Give me an example of that family that you extend. Huh? Who can be that family that you extend, like, besides your immediate family? For example,
Cousins, uncle.
well, I'm talking more like, for example, if you have a brother or sister that is older than you and get married, you know, that person added to your family, right? She became part of your family. Like you have your mom, your dad, stepdad, right? So you add into the family. So, and there's people who it's added to your family that is not blood, right? Like friends, right? Like for example, George here, he's like my brother. He's not my biological brother, bloody brother, como se diga. But he's like my brother. Whatever happens to him affects me, so I'm united to him to fight for his needs, you know? And I have many other friends as well. So the point is, united together. United is better together, stronger together, right? So saving each other. I know that physically, we all gonna do the same thing. If our family member is in physical danger, we're gonna act, right? We're gonna jump to save them, to help them, to do something, right? No? No, I would let them die. I don't think so. We might thought about it, we might want sometimes, but I know for sure that we will do that because it's in you, you know? So, but talking besides physically, how can we save each other physically? Who can tell me an example? How can we save each other in the family besides physically? Praying? Huh? Emotionally? Okay, praying. I'm going to go for praying, then we go with Hannah with emotionally. Praying, right? It's very, very important to pray for each other, right? How many of you pray for your family? Do you really? You like, I let God take him away. It's very important to pray for our family. And sometimes we forget. Like, to be honest, I was talking in the morning. My mom in the morning, she came to my room and she was praying. She was like, you know what? I felt from God that we should fast for your brother. And I'm like, oh, fasting, oh no. I don't like fasting, like you see, right? I can fast from many other things, but food fasting is really hard for me. It's not that I never done it. I done it, and I enjoy it when I do it afterwards, right? But before or during is not pleasant, right? You're like, oh. And the most funny part is, like, I used to work in a Mexican restaurant, and when I was fasting is when people give me free food. Hey, look, this is an extra enchiladas here. I'm like, I can't. Like, I'm part of Hannah. The other day I was trying to, like, hey, get a taki. Like, I can't. Just one, come on. She's like, I can't. She was eating a horrible chocolate that I tasted. It was horrible. Sorry, Amber. But it tastes horrible. And she's like,
It was like a protein bar.
but that's conviction, you know? She had a goal. She got a decision. She did it. Now she can eat taki now. Right?
I didn't finish the bag though.
So we need to do the same thing with our family members. How many times you pray for your brother, for your sister? Intentionally, constantly, daily. How many times you pray for your parents, for your mom, Zero. And we like automatically think God is protecting them, right? And we don't pray for them, but we need to pray for them. So when my mom told me fasting, I'm like, oh no, and then I'm talking about this class like, oh God, it's like a sign. Like, yes, mom, okay, let's get together to pray for my brother, right? Not to pray, not just to pray, to fast. But she wants to fast the whole week, right? Like one day my mom, one day my dad, one day me, my mom, my dad, me, the whole week. I'm like, oh, okay, just let me know which day to prepare emotionally, mentally, spiritually, right? So we need to do that. How many times have you fasted for your brother or sister? For your mom or for your dad? right? So maybe we have issues with them and we can't stand them anymore. We're like, oh, I'm tired of my brother, my sister, my mom, and my dad. But how many times we pray for them? And prayer is very, very powerful. And that's part of what we're learning today. One day, I had a situation with a friend. She was taking a really, really bad decisions. And I was trying to tell her, like, don't do that, don't do that, don't do that. She gets so tired and upset with me for telling her not to do that, that she told me, you know what? If God wants to tell me something, tell him to tell me. I don't want you to tell me anymore. Okay. So for a whole month, I didn't say anything to her. I didn't talk to her. I blocked her. Just kidding. No. I just didn't say anything about God or not doing that. But I was praying every day. And then after a month, she came crying like, it's true. I'm like, I told you. So it's very powerful. I'm like, wow, that's amazing. Because sometimes we try to do things on our own strength, right? But we messed up things, right? So we try to unite or army our parents or family or mother, brother, sister, but we try to do it our way. And that's when we try to get control of the family instead of letting God guiding us as family. And I know it's hard because you are the child, right? Your parents are the commanders there. So sometimes it's hard because sometimes your voice and your vote not even count. So what are you going to do? Pray. It's very, very important. Okay. Emotionally, how can we save each other emotionally?
Like, if someone's like hurting, or if you see like one of your family members is hurting, you can go and help them and pray with them, calm them down.
We can be a moral support, right? And a physical, presential support. And that's very helpful. What?
No, Jeff,
No, I don't have it with me. Okay, so why you want to attack me? He's the one who said praying. Okay, so emotionally, right? Maybe you don't even have to say anything. Maybe you just need to be next to that person, right? To not feel alone, right? With my brother, he's been going through different things that he doesn't really want to know about God the way that I want to know about God. You know, like he believes in God and he wants to follow him his own way, you know? But sometimes, instead of being there like, you need to read the Bible, you need to go to church, you need to do this, you need to do that, right? Instead of saying that, I just like, hey, let's go and eat together. And we just go out to eat. Or, hey, let's go to the movies. And we just go to the movies together. So having quality time with him helped him more than telling him, do this, do that, don't do this, don't do that, you know? So sometimes we don't even have to say anything. We just need to be there, right? To be a physical support, emotional support to each other. And sometimes it's not that you're going to agree, right? My brother took a decision, a really bad decision for my personal opinion. But I told him, you know what? Even though I'm not agree with your decision, I'm your brother and I love you. And if there's something that I can help you with, I'm here. You know? I don't have to, you're bad, you're wrong, and I don't have to lecture him, you know? Sometimes we do that most of the time. Instead of hearing people, we just talk. And we argue and we judge, right? So better together, stronger together, saving each other. How is the other way that we can save each other? Huh? What is that? Driving? Huh?
Helping them?
Huh?
Helping them?
Helping them. How?
Even if them, support them. If they're going through something hard or anything like that.
The support, like we're saying, yeah. What about the way that we react towards them, right? The way that we behave towards them. Because I was talking to Esther, right? You know, sometimes we know what they hate, a word or an action, reaction, right? And we know that when they hurt us, not that they hurt us, but they made us mad, we know exactly the word that is going to make them mad, right? Like if I say this word, now they're gonna, I'm gonna poke the bear. And we do it as a revenge. You know, you made me mad, I'm gonna make you mad, right?
No.
No.
I'm scared of that.
Well, most of the people do that.
Yeah.
So we do that. And the thing is that once you poke the bear, you release the beast, right? And we get angry and we end up hurting each other. So why to do that? Save each other. It's okay. I'm not gonna say that word because I know it's gonna make them mad. Even though they just made me mad, I'm gonna stay quiet. The fruit of the spirit, come to me, right? and patience, right? Understanding, loving, seeing through God's eyes, right? Not seeing the problems, the issues, or deficiencies, but seeing them how God wants us to see them.
I'll get in arguments with strangers, but I'll never get into arguments. Like to make someone mad on purposely, like with someone like that. No.
Really?
Yeah, I don't think I've ever done that purposely, like trying to make someone mad.
It's fun.
I have to make her like water.
There's a video really awesome that is a lady that goes to a store and, hey, you didn't give me what I ordered. And she's like, oh, okay, I'm sorry. And then she grabbed
Oh my
it.
god, yes, I
Karen.
watched it.
I don't remember, but it was like, what? You're not going to argue with me? Oh, you want that? Okay, yeah, we can argue. She's like, oh, do you have your ticket? So just start arguing, like, thank you. Right? I don't know if you've seen the video. It's really funny.
I've seen the video, but I don't know if it's
I don't
like,
think I would
from
like
a-
argue.
Huh?
Yeah.
I'm
it's
usually like really overly nice.
No, she was like nice. Okay, like she
Like
helped her,
that.
right? And she
if
like
someone came. Yeah,
like she wants to argue. Like she needed. And then, okay, I can argue with you. And they start arguing. She start faking an argument and all that. And at the end, like, thank you. All grateful because she argued. So we are doing that all the time, and especially with our family, right? So like Mark 3:24 says, a divided house cannot stand.
A house divided upon itself.
Exactly, right? A family that is divided cannot stand. We need to be united. And I know it's hard, I know it's not easy, but with God, everything is possible, right? Say it with me. With God,
God,
everything
Everything.
is possible.
$1 million bucks. I'm just kidding.
It's possible. I'm not saying it's going to happen, but it's possible. So, saving each other. There's a soldier school code, right? Who knows the code?
Alpha.
No. No the Morse code. I mean, no Morse code, the alfabeto.
It is so creepy. They're like Alpha.
Echo.
Yeah.
Hotel.
Oh,
Hotel.
girl, stop playing.
It's not man left behind, right?
Oh,
When they're in war, no man left behind. So if somebody's running in war, right, and they shoot the friend, do they just leave the friend there and they run away?
They should.
They should to survive. But there's a code so deep in that conviction that they go back for the person and carry it. You know? No man left behind. That should be our code as a family. It's not like, oh, my brother did this, my sister did that, my dad did that. It's their fault. It's their mess. Fix it. Bye. I'll get out of this family. Bye, Felicia. Remember that I told you that almost 15 years ago, there was a situation in my family so mad, so angry, so crazy. I'd never seen my mom, my dad, and my brother that out of control. That I was like, these people is crazy. I'm normal. I'm like, I don't need to be here. And I was walking away. I was towards the door of my house. I was walking away. I was calling my friend and like, can you pick me up? I'm leaving. And I was like 15 years old. And when I was about to get the door,
I'll be doing that.
No,
I can't even go
right?
around the block.
So you're 30.
31.
Okay.
When I was about to get the doorknob, I heard God's voice inside of me, and He told me, "Don't run away. Stay and fight." And I'm like, oh, "Why? They're crazy. I'm not that crazy. I'm crazy, but not that crazy." And God told me, "Stay and fight." And I stayed there. ¿Cómo se me quedé?
You stayed there.
Stayed there. And I've been fighting for my family, and thanks God, my parents are together again. They're in a church serving together. My brother and I, we have a really good relationship, you know. But I fight the good fight. Sometimes we fight for dumb things, right? For silly things, like, that's my chancla. No, that's mine. And that's my makeup.
Oh,
Ese es mi juguete. ¿Por qué agarraste mi control? ¿Verdad?
Porque es mi hora.
¿Verdad? So we're fighting for things that makes no sense and they're not valuable, right? Our family is valuable. And we need to have this code as families with no family member left behind. We should care for each other. We should carry each other. We should be there for each other. Even though, like I said last class, they don't do their part, we should do what is right. I was talking to Esther, ¿verdad? Le digo, and it's hard, es difícil ser la persona madura, to forgive, to do what it has to do, even when they don't do it. It's hard, it's tiring sometimes, but that's why we need God, that's why we need Jesus, so He can give us the strength to keep going. Dice la Biblia, nunca dejes de hacer lo bueno, porque su tiempo cosecharás. And I saw that. There was a moment, many moments in my life that I was tired of being the ones to say, I'm sorry all the time. To say, forgive me. And they don't even tell me I'm sorry or forgive me. And it's tired, I get angry because I focus on them instead of focusing on God. But I was telling Esther, I do that because God told me to do that first, and because it's the best for me, and for my family, right? So that's why I keep doing it. And sometimes I don't feel like to do it. Sometimes I'm tired, like, oh, forget them, like, I'm going to wait until they ask for forgiveness first now, right? So, y pasaron otros 30 años, y nada, ¿verdad? No, like, you never know. Like we talked before, doing our part will change everything. Will change the environment in your family. And don't get tired of it. Sometimes as your generation, I don't know if you heard this before, they call us the microwave thinking, that we want everything now, right? You don't want to wait to cook, to cut, to boil things, right? You want a microwave, 30 seconds, beep, ready, right?
Yeah.
So they call us the microwave generations, because we want everything instantaneously, like right now. I want it, and I want it now. Have you heard that? I want it now. Yeah, no, maybe. So, and that's true, right? When we try these things with our family, okay, I'm gonna stay loyal, I'm gonna stay respectful, I'm gonna stay obedient, I'm gonna stay honorable towards them, and we do once, and then we don't see results, forget about it. You go back to yelling, screaming, right? So stay firm in God. At the beginning of the series, we learned a series called Unshakable, right? So that this can be part of our faith, to be unshakable, to know that God wants this for us, as for our family, and then we can stand firm, and we can see the results later. It's horrible to see families, some people that I know, that they grew up as strangers. That they grew up as strangers because they were mad at each other, they were hurt, and didn't forgive, they didn't ask for forgiveness, they didn't do their part, and they grew up and they don't talk to each other. They have a wife, husband, kids, whatever, and they don't never visit each other, they never hang out, they're never together, I think that the family that had most tradition to be together, to do things together, to take decisions together is the most healthy family. Because that's godly, that's biblical, that's what God wanted from the beginning. A family that is united, that everybody respects each other, that everybody loves each other, that everybody count their opinion and can share freely without hurting anyone or feel offended. So, I want you to say with me again, better together, stronger together.
Stronger together.
Okay, so let's pray. I'm going to ask you to close your eyes and let's pray. And I want you to have that in mind. I'm like, God, help me. And be honest and open to God. Like, it's hard for me to be honest. It's hard for me to stay firm. It's hard for me to see hope in my family. Sometimes we just want to run away. Maybe not physically because we're still young and we don't know what to do, but sometimes emotionally and spiritually and mentally we just want to run and run and run as far as we can. And that's what the devil wants. A divided house, a divided family cannot stand. And especially in these times that we're living in right now, especially in these times that are coming, that's going to be harder. We need to stand firm as family if we want to survive what is coming. And I'm not saying physically, maybe not, but emotionally and spiritually. So let's pray to God. Say, God, help me. Open your mouth, open your heart. Say, God, help me to stand firm. Help me to view my family as the army that you gave me to fight the good fight, to guide for the things that you want us to fight and to forget everything else, everything that doesn't matter, everything that is transcendent, everything that it's material, that it's secular, that it's temporary, to focus on what it really matters, what is eternal. Help me to see my family as my allies, that I can come to them and they can come to me, that we can share our opinions and our thoughts, and we cannot hurt each other or feel offended for each other. Help me to do my part, even though they might not do their part, because I know it's the right thing to do, because I know it's what you want me to do, and because it's the best for me, for my own good, and for their own good. Help me to see them through your eyes. Help me to stay together, to be together, so we can be stronger together. Help me to seek and identify ways that we can save each other, or at least ways that I can save each of them, emotionally, mentally, spiritually, even physically. Help me to have a code or conviction, a loyalty towards my family, to stop thinking wrong, to stop getting everything wrong, to stop distorting every word and every action against me. They are not my enemy. Help me to see them as what they are, my family, the people that you put to bless me, to guide me, to show me your will, even though they might not know it or have it 100%. I need to obey, respect, and be loyal to them. We give you thanks, Father, because we know that you are with us, because you love us, and more than you love us, you have a perfect plan and purpose for me, for us, for our families. We give you thanks in the name of Jesus. Amen. So I want you to, as a challenge, I don't know how many of you have been doing the challenges that we've been asking weekly. No. Thank you for your honesty. No.
I forgot what was.
But this week, I'm going to ask you to pray to God and see for ways that you can save your family. Your mom, your dad, your brother, sister, whoever's family you have. Say, how can I save them? Okay? And we already talked about some ways that we can save them. Emotionally, physically, mentally, spiritually. So let's do it. Okay? Our family needs us. So there's 2 more classes coming up this following weeks. The next class, Aide is going to be the teacher, and it's about forgiveness. It's called FYP. No, see, right? FYP for your page. No, it's forgive you, please. Come on, right? So it's going to be forgiveness. It's going to be really cool. And the last one is going to be YOLO, right? Then Mr. George is going to give us that class. It's going to talk about we only live once. So the family that we have, we only want to have it one time.
Gracias a Dios. Okay.
And that's the point. When we die and we go to heaven, if you go to heaven, believing and hoping we will go to heaven, you will know them, right? Oh, you were my mom on earth. But she's never, ever will be your mom again. So if God put you, your mother or your father, your brother or sister in this time, it's for a reason. So let's seek that reason, that purpose, not waste it. And getting home like, I don't have idea why you gave me that family. You know, like, I still believe in you, you made a mistake. And God never, ever make mistakes, okay? So let's see you next week, guys. Behave, take care, keep in touch. and
Just finished.
family
So
matters.
yes, ma'am.
Take care. Love you guys. Bye.